here we go. It's Lim Jonghoon of Korea with the serves to start.
Last one.
Now, if you haven't joined us before, you've never watched the Silent Assassin play, he's got a lot of weaponry out here, but his backhand receive, that Chiquita, the banana flick, has been causing trouble for players around the world since back in the mid-2010s.
1-0.
I think it was the 2016, maybe, Czech Open. Right around then, that Lin Winru really got a name. But a good turn from the middle here. Lim Jonghoon brings in the power to tie it up. Or rather, step into the lead. Now, one key tactic here for Lim Jonghoon is going to be keeping Lin Winru off the backhand receive. Keep him passive where he can. Behind the table, his backhand isn't quite as powerful as his forehand. That's true for most. So Lim Jonghoon, serve and receive will be crucial. But a heavy push here protects the point. Silent Assassin there. Good working with the spin. The spin naturally makes the ball carry back to the wide forehand after that brushing backhand from Lim Jonghoon. Now, the service game of Lin Winru is very strong. But one of his best serves is incredibly effective against right-handed players. That bottle challenge serve. Back edge of the table here. The Silent Assassin speaks. Some proof. From time to time you'll hear Chole, Chule. So efficient in the strokes. Lin Winru keeping the racket high, just giving back all the power, keeping himself in position. You can see that wide stance, constantly set to cover. For years now, Lin Winru's been gliding around behind the table, delivering aggressive, clean, smooth shots. So 4 points in a row for Lin Winru. Oh, leaves the table open, but the Chiquita pays off. That's how dangerous it is. He can go completely around the forehand side of the table, leave the whole table open, and it's just that tough to control. Outstanding rally, and Lin Winru able to stay on top here. Some of that topspin coming back. I mean, these lobs right at the baseline of the table. Where that one bounces, inside out forehand. Abbreviates, shortens up the stroke a bit after Lim Jonghoon comes back with a counterattack. It's a very challenging rally for Lin Winru to win. Oh, man! After all these shots, I mean, the ones that came back, who would have ever guessed that this is how the point would end? Just a part of sport. But blasts, chases on both sides. Winru handles everything. And this one, just a funky spin on it. Change of pace, not quite the top spin that was on the previous shots. But good placement here. Lin Winru quickly recovering from the point before not letting it bother him. He is a Zen master on the table, no questions about it. The Olympic bronze medalist with Jong-Jing in mixed doubles.
9-6.
Oh, what a counter.
7-9.
Lim Jonghoon slows it down with some side spin, forces Winru to play a softer shot. Watch, we'll see one more time. There's the bending, fanning backhand. And as Lin Winru spins the ball to make sure he controls it, it gives the opportunity to Jonghoon.
Hey.
Big streak here, 3 in a row now from down 5-9. Timeout on Lin Winru's side.
Timeout, win.
A conversation with Coach Wei in the corner. He's recently moved to Elon to work with Lin Winru. It's a little tough to hear the conversation there. Some excellent rallies here. The lobs. Watch where it bounces. Right at the baseline. Has to get up on one foot to jump and pull back the racket. We've already seen Lim Jonghoon win a few points, though, from behind the table with counter backhands. Typically, when you have someone lobbing far away from the table, you keep them pinned in the backhand corner because they're not able to generate as much power consistently to attack from back there with the backhand. Then when you think you can hit it out of reach to the forehand, that's when you change it up. 8 serving 9. Lim Jonghoon with the momentum and the serve. Oh, the softer spin shot. Lin Winru had a shot off the edge of the racket in that rally. That's what the acknowledgement was for. You can just hear the difference in sound. But a shallow spin shot. I like that he really goes out of his way to make it clear. Not just chill, but incredibly polite. So 2 game points now for Lin Winru. Tries to change the pace. Parallel counter. Fast long serve does it right at the baseline, and that look, how you gonna go and do me like that? Looking for the backhand opening, and as he's getting prepared to move into the table, Lin Winru says, nah, I don't think so. You can't creep up on this one. It's coming right to the baseline. 11-9, he takes game number 1, the silent assassin. Riotous rallies. Well, there's definitely a big fight going on here between points, no question. The respect is high, strong, and mutual. But from way behind the table, again, we're looking at a player who's smooth, fast, consistent. He's divisive, he's quick, Lin Winru, and we've got a player on the other side who's strong on both wings. He's powerful and has been having an outstanding tournament so far. There are no easy draws, no easy pathways to get this far into the event. But looking at the players that Lim Jonghoon has beat, well, it's what happens when you're a lower seed to begin with. World rank number 47 from Korea, down 0 games to 1, and world rank number 6, Lin Winru, alive in 3 events here. The mixed doubles is world rank number 1 with Jong-Jing, Olympic bronze medalists. men's doubles, and men's singles. Not so common to see a triple crown, a player taking 3 events. Although Lim Jonghoon had partnered up with Jang Woo-jin when
Second game,
Jang Woo-jin did take a triple crown in Korea. This is a 2018 Korea Open. Back for game number 2, Lin Win-ru to start. Oh, the timing on that first backhand sets up the forehand for the win. From below the net there, just way back at table height. Keeping the racket high. Lin Win-ru's in there for the blocks of the big opening shots. When you hear the opponent grunt like this, Lim Jonghoon really putting in the extra effort on that opening shot. Takes him a bit of time to recover, though, to regain balance. Oh, the floating shot, the hands, the touch and feeling from under the table. Lim Jonghoon. Again, we've seen how powerful he can be, but that ball's so shallow, it's a light chop, an empty chop, and just overlifted by Lin Win-ru. What a counter from the back of the table. The timing once again, short stroke, and 3-1 for the silent assassin. Long serve, but he holds his ground. When you start to anticipate, that's when you can get punished for moving early. That's why players work hard to get fast feet and strong legs so that they can wait
3-2.
to react to what they see happening instead of guessing. There is some element of anticipation. You tend to know the odds at this level, the patterns. Near the table, Lin Win-ru coming in towards that net for the point. When I think of the strength of Lin Win-ru, when I think of what makes him so solid, I also think about physical training. Had a chance to go down and visit him and play with him in Elon. Do some conditioning, strength conditioning with him. There was a lot of focus on the core and the quads. Clever idea to go to the short side, but just finds the net. You could see Lim Jonghoon waiting to turn to get that forehand in. You could almost feel the energy of him preparing to turn. So it was the right choice for placement for Lin Win-ru, but the execution didn't work out.
4-0.
Lim Jonghoon getting low here for the big counter to tie things up. Very short stroke forehand. Because Lin Win-ru didn't tell what he was gonna, he didn't show what he was gonna do with this racket. He held it out in front and waited till the last moment to determine topspin.
5-4.
A change of pace here, very spinny arcing shot from Lin Win-ru. Well-placed serve. Man, in the replay, you could see the ball bounced a bit shallow, but stayed quite low.
4-6.
As you can hear, probably tell by the lighting, there's more than one table in action right now. 2 tables being played on. Good opening backhand and a clean forehand from Lin Win-ru. Lim Jonghoon, though, we've seen him play some shots back from this position. A little bit of trouble keeping the ball in play. Again, Win-ru constantly changing it up, adding variation in his spin. With a blasting forehand. So there's the cover. This one has a little bit more time. Puts the effort into it, and you can see how quickly that jumped up to shoulder height at Lin Win-ru's side. back edge of the table here for Lim Jonghoon.
8-5.
I think they're going to change this quickly.
I didn't see him last game.
Lin Winru will give it to him.
Lin, lost touch.
Yep.
Okay.
I love it. Fair play, no questions about it from the start. I know Winru well. You don't even have to know him well. If you've watched him play, you know he does the right thing.
7-all.
Just leaned back a little bit on this ball. That's good placement on the first one. Into the middle. Creates a little bit more of an opening on the forehand. It's often not the final shot of the rally that wins it. It's the one that sets it up. Oh.
7-8.
Had his opponent right where he wanted him on the chase, playing passively from the backhand. Fools him on the serve. He came in for the Chiquita, but finds no opportunity. Too much power,
8-all.
placement, and precision, the triple P. And Lim Jonghoon putting the pressure on, just one more P out here. Short side of the table, that's what the Chiquita is all about. Heavy side and topspin with the backhand from inside the table. But it didn't bother the opponent, tied up at 8 points apiece. And the grunt, the extra power. Spin and all. Extra strength he puts into this. Watch him creep around. It's just a flash, that racket. And when he finished, it wasn't like he was fully extended. He was back and ready to do it again. It's a very efficient play. And a break off the top of the net. A bit more fortune in this game for Jonghoon. 2 more memorable points anyway. So 2 game points here now for Korea's Lim Jonghoon to tie up the match at 1 game apiece. Perfectly placed into the middle, the crossover point, the Chiquita, the opening backhand attack from Lin Winru. Those are the feet of Lim Jonghoon you heard. 1 more game point left. And the serve takes care of it, wide out to the opposite side of the table. Interesting. Take a look here. It's deep to the backhand. A little bit of anticipation. Winru coming in for the forehand, short to the forehand serve, and it goes the other way. So 1 game apiece, dead even in games and in points. It's only been nail-biting games so far, as close as can be. Ah, Lin to the 4, interesting. Some forehands from Lin Winru. See there, full stroke. Now in the physical training, Lin Winru, while he's done a lot for core and leg strength, his upper body since the Olympic Games, I hadn't seen him in person in about 6 months because of travels and whatnot, but his upper body is just completely different than it used to be. So just a reminder to stay confident, no problem. You can do as you please. Anything to keep a player at ease out here, confident. It's a fine balance of being relaxed, but
Serve
also
game,
being
clean to serve. Level.
prepared. Pumped when needed. Back for game 3, it's Lim Jonghoon with the momentum in the serves. And a long serve. The service placement of Lim Jonghoon has been crucial in his victory in the last game. Anything to keep Lin Winru off the attack with that backhand, to keep him uncomfortable on the receive. And he's managed to do it with the first 2 serves. Just changing up the placement. High toss pendulum, long to the middle. Taking a bit of pace off the ball to play it down the line. Lim Jonghoon continuing. Now remember, no timeouts left on Lin Winru's side. First point for Winru in this game. Plays the ball a bit shorter. Starting on the forehand and bending into the middle. Oh, this one's too good. Lin Winru just skating that. Take a look at this one. No question that ball touches the top of the table. Bit off the edge. So Lin Winru just acknowledging it there. Power to cover the middle with the backhand. Lim Jonghoon. Patterns changing out here. Look how low to the net that serve is. That short stroke attack, again, when he finishes, watch his wrist. Watch Lim Jonghoon after he finishes the backhand shot, what his wrist does. It's almost like the shot never happened. It takes a lot of strength to recoil that quickly to have such a short stroke. Well-timed control on the forehand. Lin to the 4. And he watches it just in case. We've seen shots like this come down. In Singapore, Kia Uda. A ball like that off the top edge of the racket will have heavy, heavy backspin, which will make it carry back to the opponent's side of the table. A lot of footwork needed to go backhand from the forehand side and then all the way to the backhand corner as well. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, I'll tell you about that in a minute. Another big backhand from Lim Jonghoon. Maybe I should save it for the towel break. I mean, play completely stopped here for the celebration. On the other table, again, only 2 tables being used at this moment. And now down to 1. But Lin Winru with the serves back down by 2. It's interesting. It's been tough for him to serve to Lim Jonghoon. Moves more middle of the table here, just to change it up. But one of the greatest strengths in the service game of Lin Winru is how well he serves long, fast, and surprising.
7-5.
Now, different frames between these two players, no questions about it. But Lin Winru with the speed and the timing, very smooth. Okay, out of the second towel break, Andre Gacin of Croatia is having the tournament of his life. just got through Xue, Chinese pen holder, who's taken down some big names here. So congratulations to the Croatian legend, Andre Gacina, to get his spot in the semifinals. Soft spin here, a bit more shallow. Leaves it out in front of Lin Winru. Only about halfway to the baseline there, just more. Very tough to get back in the point. Lim Jonghoon setting up that third ball so well on the serve. Top and side spin. It almost sounds impossible up to a certain level to hit something short with topspin, because the topspin naturally makes it rush towards the back of the table.
5-10.
So that's why it can be so surprising when someone does a serve with light topspin short. And now it is 5 game points for Lim Jonghoon. But in the semifinals, now, most players in the world have trouble against Lin Winru. Very few can beat him. But Lim Jonghoon's done it recently, and he's only 1 game away.
Three, two.
So Lim Jonghoon had a little trouble with a few points here. You can see a little frustration out here, some confusion. It would have been easy for someone to crumble under pressure in these moments. But was able to turn things around. Midway through the game, just really ran away with the scoreline.
Fourth game, lean to serve, level.
So back for game number 4. You heard a little bit out of Lin Winru looking to motivate himself here. He's down 1-2. This is a must win to send it to the 5th.
Left one.
But the momentum continues. The momentum. One more time here. Chiquita opening right to the middle of the table. Baseline. Lim Jonghoon well in position in that point. Not an easy point to win, but early in the rally here, it's the quick block from Lin Winru to set it up. Strong attack with the backhand. From that placement, now he's got a passive shot out of Lim Jonghoon. Just trying to fish it back, keep it baseline. So much power on that ball. Lin Winru is able to block the first one back. But the second one just shoots past him. See the difference there in the angle of the racket and the forward motion when he guides that second ball. Just how much more drive, how much more pace there is on that second one. Heavy spin here and a little quiet chole from the silent assassin. A lot of people ask what it means. We hear cho, we hear chu, we hear chule. While chole is delicious Indian food, I don't think that's what Lin Winru and most players are referring to typically when they shout it, or in Lin Winru's case, softly say it. No one knows what it means. Just sort of a table tennis word that the players have adopted. That one stays very low. Sneaking under the racket of Lin Winru. This one stays on Lim Jonghoon's side. Doesn't miss by a lot. 3 points apiece now. In the modern game, it's amazing. You would think you must have a backhand. You must have a very strong backhand. And Quadri Aruna still beating Chinese players to move on. Has another exciting match later on today versus Zhou Qihao. All exciting matches today.
3-4.
We know that Lim Jonghoon's been able to keep a cool head. It's funny, a lot of different players finding peaks in different ways. Lim Jonghoon I watched get beaten by Sharth Kamalachanta of India last week here in the Doha Contender.
4-all.
But the star contender bringing in just a few bigger names, a little bit more on the line. Edge of the racket here, Lim Jonghoon. Seemed to catch the edge of the table as well, actually. Sometimes you can hear that difference in the sound when they hit the ball. It's tough to play the ball off the edge of the table.
Late. 4-5.
Oh, Lin Winru gets it back. I mean, the power that came in on that shot, even for Lin Winru to play this back cross court, would not be easy, but he plays it down the line just perfectly.
Six, 5.
It's funny, we see more nets and edges like we saw for that block down the line from Lin Winru. I think a big part of that is the low trajectory of the shots, how aggressive people are getting early in the point. Again, with the bigger ball, less rotation.
5-7.
Lim Jonghoon doing an outstanding job from the start of this match. I'd mentioned one thing that would be crucial for him is keeping Lin Winru off the opening attack on the backhand side. And he's done that very well.
Five, 8.
If Lin Winru had a timeout, would be nice, but he used it earlier, and right now 3 points away from victory once again, Lim Jonghoon. This is tough. The forehand flick does not come into play, but showing virtually no emotion out here. The Zen master in some real trouble right now. World rank number 6, second seed. Lin Winru, but it's Lim Jonghoon with the serves.
Late. 9-5.
And now 5 match points for Lim Jonghoon to continue his dream run here, taking down big names. Is the silent assassin about to be silenced? I guess he already was, but we'll see if he can come back. Oh, doesn't give up yet. Big stroke inside out to go deep to the backhand. Point well played here. Good surprise factor too on that inside out forehand. Looking to finish. Lim Jonghoon It's a game point, a match point rather.